The world mourns the passing of Pope Francis, a spiritual leader who touched countless lives with his humility, compassion, and unwavering commitment to social justice. On April 21, 2025, at the age of 88, the beloved pontiff breathed his last at Casa Santa Marta in Vatican City. The cause of death was a stroke, leading to irreversible cardiac arrest. Pope Francis had been battling health issues for some time, including pneumonia, hypertension, and type 2 diabetes. Flags flew at half-mast across the globe as news of his death spread. Tributes poured in from world leaders, religious figures, and ordinary citizens alike. US President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump announced their plans to attend the funeral, a testament to the Pope's global stature. Argentina and Brazil, reflecting the sentiments of the Pope's native continent, declared 7 days of mourning. The Vatican announced that Pope Francis's body would lie in state at St. Peter's Basilica for public viewing, allowing the faithful to pay their respects. The funeral, a solemn occasion expected to draw millions, was scheduled to take place between Friday and Sunday. Cardinals from around the world will convene to manage the transition of power and begin the process of electing a new pope. Pope Francis's death marks the end of an era for the Catholic Church. His papacy, though relatively short, was marked by a profound sense of transformation and a renewed focus on the Church's mission to serve the poor and marginalized. His legacy of compassion, reform, and dialogue will continue to inspire generations to come. Jorge Mario Bergoglio, the future Pope Francis, was born in Buenos Aires, Argentina in 1936. His upbringing in a working-class family instilled in him a deep sense of empathy for the poor and a commitment to social justice. Despite facing health challenges early in life, including having part of his right lung removed, young Jorge felt a calling to the priesthood. He entered the Society of Jesus, commonly known as the Jesuits, a Catholic religious order known for its intellectual rigor and commitment to social justice. He excelled in his studies and quickly rose through the ranks, eventually serving as the Archbishop of Buenos Aires. His tenure as Archbishop was marked by his humility, his pastoral approach, and his unwavering commitment to the poor and marginalized. In 2013, the world watched in awe as Cardinal Bergoglio was elected Pope, taking the name Francis in honor of St. Francis of Assisi, the patron saint of the poor and the environment. His election marked a historic moment for the Catholic Church as he became the first Latin American and the first Jesuit Pope. From the outset, Pope Francis captivated the world with his humility, his warmth, and his message of mercy and compassion. His decision to reside in the modest Casa Santa Marta guest house instead of the opulent apostolic palace, his simple attire and his frequent gestures of humility endeared him to people of all faiths and backgrounds. Pope Francis's early life and his journey to the papacy were marked by a deep sense of faith, a commitment to social justice, and a profound humility that would come to define his papacy. Pope Francis's papacy was defined by his unwavering commitment to the poor, the marginalized, and the forgotten. He made it clear from the outset that his priority was to be a pope of the poor, and his actions throughout his pontificate reflected this commitment. He frequently visited prisons and homeless shelters, washing the feet of inmates and sharing meals with those living on the margins. He challenged world leaders to address the growing gap between the rich and the poor, calling for economic justice and an end to the globalization of indifference. His encyclical Laudato Si was a groundbreaking document that addressed the issue of climate change and its impact on the poor and the environment. In it, he called for a culture of care for our common home and urged world leaders to take concrete steps to address this pressing global challenge. Pope Francis's focus on the poor and marginalized extended to migrants and refugees. He visited the Greek island of Lesbos, a major entry point for refugees fleeing war and persecution, and washed the feet of Muslim refugees as a gesture of solidarity and compassion. He called on nations to welcome refugees with open arms and to remember their shared humanity. Pope Francis' compassionate leadership extended beyond words. He challenged the Church to be a more welcoming and inclusive space for all, regardless of sexual orientation or gender identity. While reaffirming the Church's teachings on marriage, he emphasized the importance of treating all individuals with respect and dignity. His papacy was a beacon of hope for the marginalized and a powerful reminder that the Church's mission is to serve the poor, the outcast, and the forgotten. Pope Francis understood that the Catholic Church needed to adapt to the realities of the 21st century. He embarked on an ambitious reform agenda aimed at making the Church more transparent, accountable, and responsive to the needs of the faithful. He established a council of cardinals to advise him on reforming the Vatican bureaucracy, a complex and often opaque institution. He also implemented financial reforms, seeking to ensure that Church resources were used responsibly and ethically. One of the most significant challenges facing the Church during Pope Francis's papacy was the clerical sexual abuse scandal. He acknowledged the gravity of the crisis and took concrete steps to address it. He established a commission to protect minors, met with victims of abuse, and apologized for the Church's failings. However, his handling of the crisis was not without criticism, with some arguing that he could have done more to hold bishops accountable. Pope Francis was a strong advocate for interfaith dialogue, believing that people of different faiths could learn from each other and work together to build a more just and peaceful world. He met with leaders from various religions, including the Grand Imam of Al-Azhar, the highest authority in Sunni Islam, and Patriarch Kirill of Moscow, the head of the Russian Orthodox Church. These meetings were historic steps towards greater understanding and cooperation between different religious communities. Pope Francis's legacy is one of compassion, reform, and dialogue. He challenged the Church to live up to its values, to be a force for good in the world, and to embrace the peripheries. His impact on the Catholic Church and the world will continue to be felt for generations to come. Pope Francis made significant contributions to technology and sustainability. He emphasized the importance of using technology for the greater good and advocated for sustainable practices to protect our planet. His encyclical, Laudato Si', called for urgent action on climate change and environmental degradation. He urged world leaders, corporations, and individuals to adopt more sustainable lifestyles and practices. This document became a moral compass for many, guiding efforts in environmental conservation and sustainable development. Pope Francis also recognized the potential of technology to bridge gaps and bring people together. He used digital platforms to communicate his messages, reaching millions of people worldwide. He encouraged the responsible use of technology, warning against its potential to isolate and alienate. In the next video, we will cover these contributions in detail, including a document he released just days before his death. This final testament encapsulates his vision for a world where technology and nature coexist harmoniously, ensuring a better future for all. Join us as we explore Pope Francis's enduring legacy in technology and sustainability, and how his visionary ideas continue to inspire and challenge us today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Zeitgeist Cypher for more insightful content.